International Cricket Council. In this vodcast, I will be talking about the structure and change of the International Cricket Council. In the past few months, the ICC has undergone some massive changes in governance. I will be looking at these structural changes and see where the road takes the International Cricket Council. Organizational structure can be described in various ways. The three most fundamental structural dimensions are complexity, formalization, and centralization. Complexity in the ICC shows how differentiated it is as an organization. For example, the ICC has departments responsible for HR, cricket, ethics, and finance. The ICC also has departments for medical aspects, women's cricket, and development of cricket. The concept of horizontal, vertical, and spatial differentiation can help explain these differences in complexity. Horizontal differentiation can be separated into two interrelated aspects: specialization and departmentalization. Specialization is seen in organizations where people are separated according to their most simple and repetitive tasks. Departmentalization is seen in the ICC that separates units according to the service they produce, such as HR and marketing. Vertical differentiation refers to the number of hierarchical levels of management found in the ICC. The ICC has quite a few levels, so it is quite complex to control its employees. The ICC is very spatially differentiated. It has a number of countries playing the sport, while many development programs have been implemented in a number of countries, hence, it is very geographically dispersed. The second structural dimension is formalization. This refers to documentation such as rules, regulations, policies, and procedures. Some of ICC's key rules and regulations are on the screen. ICC has quite a few documented rules, policies, and procedures, therefore, it has a higher level of formalization. The third structural dimension is centralization. The ICC is centralized in its decision-making authority, but the ICC too, like most large businesses, necessarily involve a degree of decentralization when it starts to operate from several locations or it adds new business units and markets. Looking more closely into structure, Henry Mitzberg put forward a few organizational structure and design configurations that differ in their structural dimension and strategic focus, two of which are organic and mechanistic structures. Few, if any, sport organizations would be purely organic or purely mechanistic, while majority show varying characteristics of each type. When we take these designs and look at the ICC, we see that it is more organic, while it does have a few mechanistic characteristics. According to Byers, Slack and Parent 2012, change is the process of becoming different and can refer to people, structures, technologies, or organizational processes. Change can be planned and deliberate, or reactive in response to some environmental pressures. Before the change in the ICC structure, there was resistance from members of the ICC such as Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and South Africa that did not want this change to happen because they perceived that this change may result in them having less power. Alternatively, countries like India, England, and Australia wanted the change as it would bring them more power in the form of executive decisions and a greater share in ICC funds. Smaller countries such as West Indies and New Zealand were happy too with this change because they too will earn more money through this revamp. When change takes place, it is important to see who is the leader and what kind of leader he is. The ICC elected N. Srinivasan as the first chairman of the new structure. Even though we have seen him make some changes which are for the betterment of the game, there are still a number of people who categorize him as a transactional leader, someone who is more interested in the power and money that comes with the job. With a fair share of scandals going around, the ICC should have elected a transformational leader, a leader who can inspire people and take the game to the next level. It is important how an organization can lead change. In ICC's case, it was the three richest cricketing boards, India, England, and Australia, that came together to collaborate and persuaded some of the smaller countries to be part of the change. Barring a few countries, most of them agreed to change. Leaders then used direction and involved other countries to participate by delegating instructions to them in a controlled framework. This process can seem as manipulative and can often see change being resisted. Competitive advantage is often the goal of strategic change, which seeks to improve a company's competitive position by improving certain elements. Whether they strategically change their organization through adaptation, reconstruction, revolution, or evolution, they all want to make their organization better. In ICC's case, the reconstruction of new rules and structures will see changes in governance, competition, and financial aspects. Finally, to conclude, it must be said that change is inevitable and will occur at some point. In saying so, the ICC has grasped change with both hands and looked towards the future by protecting Test cricket, adding some attractive events to the ICC calendar like the continuation of the Champions Trophy, more enhanced support for leading associate members, and the main instigator of this change, a new finance model for the Big Three. Here is the list of references.